Okay, welcome back. Okay, let's go. Welcome back to Western Mike. Uh, Welcome back to YouTube today. And uh, forgive, uh, forgive me. There is a lot of noise going on around the property. But that's outside the condo. That's not inside, so can't really do anything about that. Welcome back to YouTube today. I'm your host, Western Mike. Uh, and today is a simple subject why I'm minimizing everything. Minimalism is more of my drug than pretty much anything that, you know, I'm not really a drug kind of person. Already don't really, I'm not really, I'm already not really one for most drugs. Okay. Uh, my reason for wanting to pass those up is because of mood alteration. I just don't want my mood to be altered. Want to have a consistent mood. Um, Besides that, just it kind of negates the whole payoff that you can you you may receive from minimalism. Um, Drugs seem to be the opposite of minimalism. Um, they more of seem to be kind of an unnecessary abundance. Um, Half of stuff in society seems like it is a drug and not really in a good way. I'm scared for society. I'm not sure why 50% of the economy is stuff that you shouldn't really be consuming. It doesn't make sense that half of the economy, half of the U.S. economy, even is revolves around stuff that is not designed. Trying to quote myself here, it's not really, uh, human friendly. Okay, so no, yeah, minimalism will cause you. Maybe that may be my only, major reason for wanting to replace everything with minimalism. Is that minimalism will eventually get you uh, less, if not away entirely, um, when it comes to consumption. No, yeah, I'm not a colossal consumer. Yeah, I used to be somebody who wanted to constantly consume. The second there was something, boom. I'm down if you down. So if they had something on the shelf, yours truly here would probably get it. Not realizing that just because, yeah, not everything, just because something's on a shelf doesn't mean you need to purchase it. Um, Drugs would be sold uh, at medicine counters. In history, they would have taverns for drug use, but then they also would have counters where people would sit and literally order whiskey, for example, as if it's treating it as if it's a penicillin. Perhaps that's because they didn't really have penicillin, or they didn't really have a strong penicillin. This is an era where we are talking Civil War, where you would get amputated Okay, so no, yeah, that's perhaps where a lot of drug use originally came about. So it's now, before it was an obligation. Now it's not. It's not a necessity. It's an option. And if something's going to be an option, and if I'm going to entertain that option, it's going to be in very low or no amounts at all. I'm already somebody who doesn't really do drugs, so doing any kinds of drugs. Yeah, I'm not going to do any drugs, but might still do this drug sometimes. Yeah, well, that's kind of my thinking about it. Uh, Even if I'm not doing most drugs, might do some drugs sometimes, but other than that, it's kind of a moot issue for me. Just am already somebody who doesn't do who doesn't like to consume. Is already somebody who doesn't like to use. I don't like to use because I don't like to consume. I don't like to consume because I don't like to use. Consumption has become basically using. So, and my priority is reason. My priority is quality. It is not getting tricked. So, no, yeah, I'm tired of getting tricked. I'm tired of getting duped. Don't want that. Don't want to get tripped. Don't want to get tricked. Don't want to get duped. So, next best thing, minimalism. Why are you minimizing everything, Mike? Well, number one, groceries. When you're getting home from work and you just want to get back and get that out of the way, groceries are the epicenter of minimalism. You don't need all this food. I see people at the grocery store and they're getting the bill comes out to be hundreds of dollars, and then they're just acting like either it's kind of a big deal, but they're not, that annoyed, or they're not really annoyed, but they're kind of just trying to act like it's not really a big deal that they just spent hundreds of dollars in cash on on groceries, and it may even be for only a couple of days. A couple of days, you could purchase groceries for a week. You could purchase for groceries for a week, and you could purchase groceries as only 2 bags. You only really need 2 grocery bags, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to be really minimal, my grocery list is next to non-existent. Even though I'm somebody who likes to meal prep, and that also goes into minimalism. We'll try to breach that subject. I'm somebody who likes to do everything super super minimal, and my groceries are minimal because again, I'm not even somebody who likes to eat that much. Don't really like to eat that much. I'm somebody who will say, okay, had my 3 meals and my 2 snacks. And don't want to make sure to get enough food, but don't want to just stand there and eat fast food for no reason all day. Just like don't really want to sit around and sip stuff all day long. It seems like an inactive thing to do, and I'm somebody who likes to be very active, very proactive. That requires focus, and that requires making some very simple sacrifices. So, and also naturally, I'm a bit more of a playful type. I'm not really that much of a serious type. I'm more of a playful type, and that also requires that you be kind of not too bogged down and doing stuff that's kind of very serious. So, as a playful person, I'm trying to be more of an active person. This is stuff that's in The Sims. The Sims. It's good to make your sim playful and active. I think that's besides the nice trait, that's also my favorite trait. And And it can put you in a really good mood to do stuff like that, to only have 2 grocery bags for the whole week. That stuff puts me in a good mood. When you have seen that yesterday was able to put all my stuff in 2 grocery bags for Friday, and that was pretty good. So, no, my grocery list. Let's go into my grocery list. What do I get? Um, I'll show you guys, and wonder if we could do a screen share here. Um, let's yeah, let's try to do a screen share. And let's see. Oh, by the way, are you guys doing dumbbells or hit, running, all of the above? What's your what's your what are you doing? Okay, so we're trying to do a screen share. Think that no, that's sharing a file or something like that. I'm trying to use my computer like I'm using it at work. This is something you can do if you're a computer worker like me. I'm either an INTP or an ISTP or something like that. I'm always working with cooking and computers. It's just something that I like to do. That's another reason for going minimal. So, because I'm trying to really focus on my hobbies, such as cooking and computing. Those are some really good hobbies. Um, let's just ask Google. How do you screen share MacBook MacBook Air Restream? You need to add a screen source within quote. You need to add a screen source or specific window. Okay, yeah, so you can do that. So I think I'm going to do that. And I'm just oh wait, hold on here. Going to do this. Bam. Okay. So let's try to share our screen here. One moment, please. Let's share. Allow to share window. Okay. So we have this going. Other invite guest video. So we have this going on, but then we don't but I'm trying to get to the screen so that I can show you my minimalist grocery list that allows me to only have 2 grocery bags worth less than $100 for a week, and this is what I've been doing for a while now. No, yeah, I had this down since maybe perhaps 2022, 2023. Those were really good times because was a little bit more disciplined, was a little bit less kind of druggy. I'm still a little bit kind of druggy. Unable to share screen. Screen sharing is not allowed. Learn more in our helps. Oh, okay, so maybe it's not allowed. So yeah, so maybe it's okay. So you know what? So fuck that. Kind of CJ. Man, fuck this shit. Just going to share you guys my grocery list. So yeah, basically 1 egg, 3 salmon, 6 tiny avocado, 3 blueberries, 1 kale, 2 chicken, 6 protein bar, 6 banana, 1 pasta, 2 ice cream, 1 Friday night pizza, 1 romaine, butter or cilantro, olive oil, green goddess ranch, shrimp cocktail, and 2 extras, mushrooms and tomatoes. My grocery list is officially 16 items. Barring the 2 extras, my grocery list is only 16 items. That's because my wardrobe is only barring 2 extra pieces. My wardrobe is only 16 clothes. So my wardrobe is 16 clothes. So my grocery list is 16 clothes. And what's so cool to do this is it's just knowing what you're doing. This helps me know what I'm doing every weekend, week out. This helps me, really stick to plan, um, and just keep things focused and organized like this, like this. Um, and then when you think about the calories, I'm only consuming for my day to day. For the day, I'm trying to consume 2,500 calories. My burn, 3,000 calories. And my day to day, that is not my midday meal to help keep the calories up, is 1,700. So these groceries that equate to all my meal prep, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or just breakfast and dinner. So that, and because I want to fast a lot during the daytime, during the week, we'll fast during the week. Weekdays will fast, so then lunch will become also dinner. So we'll do that. All my meal prep for the day will be 1,700 calories. And then when you add just getting another salad, we'll just then get a second salad and a green juice or something like that. And that will get me up to the 2,500 calories that are more likely what need for the day. A good meal prep, 2,500 calories, but that's a lot. At most might just make it, a green juice, or might in fact make a second salad. But that if that negates kind of the whole idea of minimalist grocery shopping, then in that case might as well just go to, you know, Sweet Green, or might as well just go, that's nice, but perhaps even better, just to the good old grocery store, and can because the grocery store has more options. The grocery store has the most options that you're looking for. You could go to a restaurant, but you are kind of you're kind of being limited. Okay, the economy is kind of known for having a tyranny of availability. So why not just take advantage of that and get what you need, and always do it in the most kind of freeing way, instead of stuff that can even that stuff that can be nice, it can be a major hassle. Going to a restaurant can be a bit of a hassle. It's not. It can be nice. The people can be friendly, upon their own recognizance, but restaurants are selective about what they serve. So if you go to tavern, if you go to um, bistro, that stuff is good, but you're kind of limited. If you just go to grocery stores, even if you do it as a challenge, I'm doing that as a challenge right now. Just go to the grocery store. You're gonna see just how much you can save, and you may even just be able to. I'm not gonna be able to bring home a bunch of extra salads and green juices with my bags, with my in my two grocery bags. I don't think that's doable. So might as well just maybe have a second grocery shopping day for all that stuff, and maybe have, a meal prepped salad, and then might have a salad that they did, especially because, Trader Joe's salads are pretty good. Went to the Trader Joe's in the city the other day, and they had a whole array of salads. They had a, pretty sure all the Trader Joe's do that, but Trader Joe's has this whole array of salads that you can order from, and a lot of those will be packed with calories, packed with useful calories, and that's a good deal. That's a really really good deal. So even if you want to get something that's made for you, you don't have to go to a restaurant every time you want something that is prepared for you so that you don't always have to meal prep. You can go to a grocery store and you can get the same kind of stuff, but you have more control over what you are selecting. So, if you want a salad, you can get a salad, but if you want a quesadilla, then you can get one of those. So if you want a quesadilla, you could get that for your midday meal and then give yourself a break from always eating salads. So me during the weekday Mike is always doing the same thing. Weekday Mike is pretty structured, but weekend Mike is quite flexible. So yeah, if we're going to get a second meal, especially because I'm probably spending money later today, might get all my salads and just bring them to the office. But kind of like that the extra calories from walking over there. So walking over there to the Trader Joe's in the city, getting those extra cows, that can be good. That can be a good thing to do. But also just saving time might be a good thing to do too. So, might if go back to the grocery store today because still wanted at least mushrooms and tomatoes. Still wanted some mushrooms and tomatoes. Might also go and get the salads that they prepare for their customers. Trader Joe's. It's a bit of a small store. They don't have a count. They don't have a buffet or anything, but they do. They do. They will sell you some prepared salads and green juice, and that can be really, really useful. You don't have to meal prep everything. I mean, you can, but then that's just adding more time, and it's just really, you could do that, uh, but even like to do this thing where I'm meal prepping, and it doesn't take that much time. I'm not somebody who wants to spend hours meal prepping just to say, didn't go out and just go get something. So, yeah, and even stuff that I don't really want in the house. I'm not going to keep it lying around the house. If I want it, I have to go get it. Yeah, so if I'm not a particular fan of that, you know, specific product, but it might be cool sometimes. We'll bring it back, but I'm going to say, you know what, you can't have that just around the house 24/7, so that you end up consuming it at, say 8 o'clock on Tuesday. You have to go get it. You have to go get it. So this takes a while. This takes some practice. So yeah, all the calories for the groceries, my grocery cows for every day are 1,700. My extra cows, uh, they really should be 2,000, at least 2,000. 1,700 is a little bit low. So, on second thought, may even just make a second salad for the day. Might make a second salad and may even just have it for breakfast. So, might have a salad for dinner or for breakfast, and then might get a green juice later. But I think should probably at least make another 300 calorie salad to close in on that 2,000 calories. Because even 1,700 calories, that's the opposite of minimalism. That's not minimalism. Was doing that for a long time. And if you're not careful, you're doing this minimalist thing. You could do this a little bit too much. Your minimalism could start to target you if you're not prudent. You need to be a little bit careful about being careful. Um, you need to be careful about being careful. Um, so what do you guys do for your minimalism? Pretty sure pretty much all of us are minimal. Just wanted to discuss it. But well, what do you guys do for being minimalist? Um, yeah, so that's basically the main thing. Is just groceries can be 2 bags, not even for 1 week. Because the nature of the grocery store is that a lot of things that they let you make yourself, that your romaine lettuce or your or your avocados, they will give you enough of that stuff, and they will naturally give you enough of that stuff for a whole week. You will usually see that they're giving you that stuff in the exact quantity that you need for the weekday. Was even able to find a whole thing. Was even able to find 6 bananas together. So I didn't get 7 because, Friday is cheat day, so I'm not going to focus on this budget too much. And you know what? As a matter of fact, going to go ahead and say 300 calories, one extra salad. Yeah, and we'll do that. So equals 2,000 calories. Yeah, so tomorrow for meal prep might actually make a second salad that is 200 calories. Might do it. Will That's 300 calories. And so I'm only using 3 teaspoons of olive oil. But what could probably do is have my 2 extra teaspoons of olive oil be part of my second salad. Could do that, could do that. And then the 100 could be from the chicken. So the chicken could be 100, then the romaine and everything else that will be around 300. That 300 extra not extra, required calories. Um, yeah, so the human body, this is what I've read, guys, is that the guys and gals, the human body requires 2,000, at least 2,000 calories per day. Um, Depending on the person, it may vary, but even 1,800 calories per day is a little bit low. 1,700 is significant, is quite low. Anything under 1,500 is significantly low. This is minimalism at its worst. Used to, believe it or not, do something around only 1,400 calories. Might have Was kind of living this double life of bulking some days unnecessarily, and then just in deficit, but by the skin of my teeth on other days, and wasn't even quite too sure what was doing. My 3 meals, it's simple. It's simple. It's breakfast, avocado egg, noon, chicken salad, and lunch, chicken salad, and dinner, pasta salmon. And it's very easy to have a minimalist approach to this. That's why I'm saying, avocado egg, chicken salad, pasta salmon. I mean, those are all some pretty common dishes. And this is stuff that can just be not only easy to do, but every time you do it, you're going to get a bit of a nice high off of it, because you focus more on kind of eating really healthy foods for some reason, for some strange reason. I'm getting kind of just a natural high off of it every time. Especially if I'm eating it with stuff like mushrooms. We'll get not those ones, these ones. Yeah, even these mushrooms can get you a little bit high. Even shiitake mushrooms can get you a little bit high. It's happened to me. Don't believe me? Uh, you know, my neighbors will tell you. When I'm high, I get super, just like kind of rather obsessive. So, but yeah, even getting high in general, it can kind of throw your mind for a loop. So it's like, do you want to be focused or not? Um, do, it's a very straightforward thing. Uh, yeah, I don't really want to be somebody who treats modern penicillin from the Civil War era, when people were getting amputated as my recreation. That doesn't really seem like something that I want to do. You don't have to sit hunched at the counter all the time. When you could be, present with your friends, just playing pool with your friends all night. You don't have to be. You don't have to be even in moderation, because that itself is trying to get you involved. Even even in moderation, you don't have to park your ass. Right. That's not stuff that I really like to do. It's kind of passive. It's kind of sad. It doesn't really get me going. It kind of defeats the purpose of my more kind of playful and active personality. Sure, you'll meet a lot of playful, active, nice folk, but you'll see that it's just this is just kind of making people kind of wonder if what they're doing is right, because that's just what the drug does. Drugs by nature just kind of cause you to constantly trip. And this is also why I'm not really kind of the judging type, is because uh, I'm not somebody who wants to overanalyze everything. Playful personalities can be a little bit too aggressive with the nimbleness sometimes, but also don't want to be a little too structured, and it's kind of affecting kind of decisions that, yeah, those decisions could go those decisions could either outcome is fine. So I'm not going to get too I'm not going to focus on that stuff too much. But no, yeah, I'm just not someone who wants to be hunched over at the counter drinking stuff that 200 years ago was replacing surgery. Okay, and kind of tastes like medicinal syrup. Don't really want to do that. And it's kind of reminding you of that. Alcohol kind of reminds you of that. Kind of reminds you that it used to kind of be a penicillin replacement. So you're basically drinking, you know, Civil War era surgery. That's basically what you're doing, and then you're wondering why it's changing your body, because it's basically a wartime drug. Okay, this stuff that was used during the war. So, if you're gonna do wartime things, then don't be surprised when you're in wartime. It's like being in wartime. Drinking is like being in wartime. So, that's why everyone's getting in your face about gender politics and such whenever you're drinking. So, because it's literal wartime, and then people start to look for reasons to justify what they're doing, and then they're starting to really kind of impersonate and attempt to improvise situations where they feel maybe this thing would have been a little bit more legitimized. Maybe it would have been more fair. Not to be too religious, but even the Bible said that alcohol consumption was really for, particular times of suffering. To me, would agree with that, but but perhaps maybe it's only should really be only done during happy celebratory times. Maybe not times of suffering, because you could really exacerbate those symptoms. Um, and yeah, you're gonna deal with a lot of shit when you're a drug user. When you're a drug user, you're just gonna deal with so much shit. A lot of stuff that you really did not expect. A lot of stuff that you really did not expect. And it can be depressing. It can be really depressing. But when you're focused, even if you just take a break from that stuff, you focus on, and you kind of, you have your moments of sorrow, you have your moments of grief, but then you overcome it, and you focus on stuff that you need to focus on. Uh, Even if you have a car, even if not me, not somebody who has a car, but even if you have a car, even if you have the time, money to do it, why not still do it? To me, minimalism is all about saving time and money. Minimalism helps get you to your financial goals a lot sooner. Minimalism helps you stay a little bit more focused on things you want to do. Lazing out on the couch after work. No, yeah, Friday is minimal day. I used to go out all Friday. I used to go to nothing but restaurants all Friday. Now that's stopped. Have seen one restaurant after another close their doors, and think we should go ahead and try to get one of these for that. I have seen one of the restaurants one by one close their doors. This has been either construction or it's just something to do with tariffs and things like that. Um, Politics is bullshit. That's not really a minimalist thing because you're constantly consumed by it, and then you're constantly wondering how you could try to make the other side look bad. And swear, I'm trying to be empathetic here, but swear, some people are just putting people through just unnecessary stuff just to try to make the other side look bad. And then they're saying about how that other side is being undemocratic when that other side is, they're the only ones trying to keep everything alive. That's my issue with politics. Um, it's just a bunch of kind of forgive. It's just a bunch of kamikaze pilot nonsense, and really don't want that to be part of my uh, minimalist regimen. Don't really want to get into politics. I'm somebody who tries to do a lot of work for the government, but I'm not somebody who tries to be really imbibing. I'm not somebody who tries to be imbibing politics, and it's really so not my thing. It's always one side hurting other people so that they can try to make the other side look as though they're hurting people. Sometimes the other side is wrong. Trump's airplanes. Don't want to say it like that. The Republican Party's airplanes uh, can all be about the president. Attacking the president is not always the right thing to do because it's really the president, uh, but also it can be the president and the party. It's also the party that's in power. Okay, so basically, the last Republican trifecta kind of fucked up air travel for a while. Um, I'm referring to this as the second lockdown. There seem to be a lot of residual effects from COVID that just will not go away. It's pissing me off. It's pissing you off. It's pissing everybody and their grandmother off. So yeah, we're basically in a second lockdown. Might as well just focus on how you can minimalize your life and really kind of excrete all the just nonsense in your life. Yeah, you don't like nonsense. You don't like nonsense. I hear you. You're always out hassling everybody about, oh, why do we have to do this again? Well, you could apply that to all parts of your life, and then just you're not going to have to uh, worry about overconsumption. But yeah, the Republican airplanes, that fiasco certainly did make me mad. That was just kind of a thing of incompetence there. So we can't even really travel right now. Um, Either the sequester or something like that has really made flying kind of something that don't really want to do right now. Not really interested. So, but next best thing you can just do like a really nice, relatively long commute, and that long commutes or relatively long commutes alone kind of motivate me to do stuff in kind of a smarter way and just save a bunch of time and money. Um, Well, you don't have a license. You don't have a driver's license yet, Michael. So that might come easy to you. You could probably go to the grocery store all day. Some of us have cars and stuff like that, so we can't really do that. Yeah, but even then, even then, to me, I'm somebody who just likes to spend most of my time at home. So I'm going to facilitate that. I'm not even going to go to restaurants that much because, those are struggling too. Those are struggling too now, unfortunately. And the nature of restaurants is that they totally fucking negate the whole human right to selection. So you can select from their menu, but you can't select you can't select changing your mind. So yeah, if you go to the grocery store, you can change your mind about what you want to eat in general. But if you go to the restaurant, you can only change your mind about what they're offering. So, and that can be kind of annoying. And on top of that, they might have, a construction project going on for months on end. I've seen this around the town. Larkspur, California is probably some good people there, like the people running some of the businesses. But Larkspur, California is probably one of the least helpful towns have ever seen. This is a wildly unhelpful community. No, yeah, people around here act like they DGIF. This is DGIF central. Um, yeah, I have seen this a lot. It's just societal degradation. Larkspur used to be Dirty Harry, and now it's nobody gives a shit. Uh, the San Rafael used to be Gattaca, and now it's kind of a kiss up. So, no, yeah, that's just symptoms of societal degradation, and people, even when they attempt it, they kind of act like they just, the reason why nobody likes you anymore is because, to quote Ari Gold from Entourage, because you don't give a fuck. So, no, yeah, Ari Gold and Entourage when he explains to Vince the reason why Vince is not getting any new roles, he says because you don't give a fuck. That's basically the his diagnosis. Yeah, it's just you act like you don't give a shit. You just go around all day and you're impulsive. You're impulsive and you're an insensitive moron. It's just you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And it's just minimalism is great because if you're not careful, you're going to overconsume, and that even may lead to you making some unwise decisions that could really affect other people. Um, yeah, you consume too much on the other hand. You start to lose track of what you're consuming, and that cloudiness from that will then translate you making bad decisions. These bad decisions could impact others around you. Don't believe me? Just ask around. Have been there myself. Easy, easy. Yeah, every time I've overconsumed, have negatively impacted others. Especially, here's what happens is that it provides a momentary relief for others, but then when you stop doing that, others have to then seek that extra kind of source from somebody else. So, yeah, you don't have to overconsume. You don't have to overconsume and kind of give, merchants false hope. You don't have to do that. Don't keep making merchants look for new people. Just be somebody who your favorite merchants they can predict what your choices are going to be. Just be like that guy. Uh, that's my reason for minimalism, wanting to be that guy, where merchants know what you're going to be purchasing. And yeah, I haven't been doing restaurants, so instead have just been going to the grocery store all day. Even when I'm at work, I'm only going to the grocery store. If there's a particular restaurant that I want to go to, especially because I'm trying to impress all the powerful locals, might do that sometimes on a Friday for lunch. Not every day. Not every day. Here's my motto financially. If you're not sure about something, if you enjoy it but you're not totally sure about it, you don't have to do it all the time. Anything that I'm not sure about, I'm just not going to do it all the time. Might do it sometimes. Alcohol might do that sometimes, but not all the time. And if there's something else I could be doing during the weekday, I'm definitely not going to do some things all the time because it costs time and money. And you might not even get to, you don't have as much freedom. So, no, yeah, a lot of this stuff in the economy is you don't have a whole lot of leeway. You don't have a whole lot of freedom. It's kind of a nanny state. So, do you want to be controlled or do you want to be in control? That's my take on minimalism. Do you want to be controlled or do you want control? Me, I'm not somebody who even likes kind of all these rules. I'm not, don't really like rules. Instead, kind of just like making sure that, we're all kind of being nice. So that's me. But that's not a rule though. Had a crazy dream last night where was in the middle of was in the middle of a swimming pool and drowned in the swimming pool. Was telling this chick in the other lane, like, "Hey, I'm about to pass by you, and I'm about to go into another lane." I'm not sure why this projection was prompting me to use another lane. You're allowed to split a lane with somebody in the swimming pool. Met kind of a Karen projection last night. Not again. But then after, yeah, I signaled to the other swimmer that was moving into another lane, and then I drowned. So, you're welcome. So yeah, a Good Friday turned into a bad night with the Z's. Yeah, so that was embarrassing. So yeah, minimalism, guys, is really good. It's good for you. Minimalism, not in moderation. I swear there are some things you can do and you can not do them in moderation. You're even doing moderation in a way because you don't want to do everything all day, every day. That's because that's annoying. You want to do other stuff. Some people they might not like doing certain things, but they're still doing certain stuff. Most people don't do stuff that's bad for them most of the time anyway. So, no, yeah, most people don't do shit that is not good for them that often because it's not good for you. So if you're doing it often, then you're doing stuff that's bad for you. Um, I really like this. Really like my minimalist grocery list because it's all these foods that put me in such a good mood. This food puts me in a very very good mood. So it might be the cooking it, and then it might be using all the seasoning, oil. Might just put cilantro on everything because I think you have to season everything. Was going to do this thing where, breakfast is cilantro and lunch is green goddess ranch and then dinner is shrimp cocktail. We might just put cilantro on everything. Uh, was trying to do 5 ingredient dishes. You can do 5 ingredient dishes. That's another reason for minimalism. Is yeah, just really simple dishes of 3 to 5 ingredients. That's what Google AI said. You could do 3 to 5 ingredients. To me, that's maybe a little unrealistic. So usually it's maybe 5 or about 10 ingredients that will do for my dishes. Those will be between 5 and 10. My salad is easily 10 ingredients, if not more. No, yeah, my salad is not a minimalist salad. I make a mean salad, but it's not a minimalist one in any way, shape, or form. My salad is quite foodie. I have a quite foodie salad. So uh, might meal prep my second salad and then do that could be the extra 300 calories, but then could just, it's more time, but might either make it for breakfast or just bring it to the office. Um, and it's a week, so could be totally mobile and not have to carry anything, or even just could bring all my salads and just leave them in the fridge at work and can do that. If your job has a fridge, that's very useful. My job can't not gonna not gonna get into my job too much, but we'll say we have a fridge, so. No, yeah. Every workplace should have a fridge. That should be a requirement in the United States. Every workspace, every agency, every office should have a fridge. That's meant. And ideally, uh, you know, places to eat. That should be mandatory. Yeah, because work is like your second home, so it needs to be a kind of homey environment. Um, no, yeah, people will treat you like you're their homie at work. That's nice. I'm still struggling with some stuff, when things get a little bit crazy, we'll get a little bit strict sometimes, and I'm worried that maybe still being maybe a little bit harsh sometimes when people get crazy. But besides that, I think just have learned a lot of skills, and really want my skills to be complemented with just being minimal instead of overconsumption. So, no, yeah, I'm still on my way here, but have learned a lot, and just work is really good for that. So, but no, yeah, I can get annoyed. I can get annoyed if well, when things get a little crazy. Um, no, yeah, it's just you don't like nonsense. You just don't like nonsense. You like the people, you just don't like the activity. So you don't like what's going on. Like people, but just really prefer when people just don't engage in any kind of nonsense. That would be really good. Uh, Especially you like that person. So no, yeah, I'm playful, but I'm also someone who likes to. Okay, let's get back to work. That's me too. So no, yeah, we'll be nimble, but we'll also want to really get the ball rolling. So yeah, we'll also get, butter. Butter's pretty good. But this list, you'll notice that this list has next to no dairy. My grocery list has very little carbs in it, so very little carbs, next to no dairy, and everything is kind of stuff that you could easily get for a week. So the tiny avocados from Trader Joe's, you could get those for a week. Bananas, you could get those for a week. Protein bars, you could get those for a week. Um, Kale, you could get that stuff for a week. Trader Joe's Tuscan kale, that's really good. Yeah, you could get that for. I think you can get that for a week. I think you can, make a week's worth of 2.5 cups of vegetables daily with kale. Well, me will combine it, right? So I'm trying to get the right amount of vegetables every day. So but not maybe all the same source, because you really want to get enough of those vitamins. So to get enough of those vitamins, I'm trying to get kale and romaine lettuce. So we'll combine kale and romaine lettuce in my measuring cup, and we'll do that every day. You could just, take some kale, some romaine, combine it in a measuring cup, and then you just combined different vitamins. So, and then you do that enough, you're going to get not only those vitamins, but those different vitamins, but you're going to get enough of those vitamins. So yeah, we'll do that. Salad is still a little bit tricky for me. Might get mushrooms, but you have to cook mushrooms. So don't really want to make all these salads and spend all this time on these salads. Hold on. Hey, hey. Okay, what's going on here? Back in a second. Forgive. Having a bit of an issue. Don't worry, I'm not destroying birds' nests. I'm not doing that. Again, you cannot destroy a bird's nest. Once a bird's nest has eggs in it, you are not allowed to destroy a bird's nest. You cannot do that. So now I'm just making sure to get any trackings from birds, any stuff they could be carrying, because that was in the movie Contagion, off of my broom. I'm kind of using the edge of my broom for this. So yeah, it's bird season. You can't just destroy a nest, especially if it has eggs in it. You're not allowed to do that. But if it's, a half-assed nest, then you can go ahead and take it down before it becomes too late. And then you have to be stuck with a nest for months until fall when they finally take it down. Even if the eggs leave before the fall. But I think maybe the eggs don't leave before the fall because maybe it takes the eggs that long to hatch. So, no, yeah, I'm really trying to clean this so that it won't potentially infect me. So, no, yeah, so I'm dealing with the sparrows. The sparrows are back. And yeah, you're gonna take down, half-assed nests that don't have any eggs in them. Then you really, guys, wash your hands. Yeah, you've seen the movie Contagion, right? Like you're gonna do this, just wash your hands. 1, 2. Treat it like you're trying to kill the virus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And to me, if you can smell the soap on your hands, then you did a pretty good job. So, no, yeah, only take down a bird's nest that's half-assed and that has no eggs in it. You can't even take down a bird's nest that doesn't have eggs in it, but it's kind of like a full nest. Once it's a full nest, you're fucked. So you're going to be waiting a long, long time. That is, if you don't want to be seen as a celestial murderer. So, no, yeah, modern women, they're like, die, you murderer. 1 day later, progress with Millie, up 10%. No, yeah, that's how modern women be. Didn't say anything about women. Don't don't take me out of context. I'm just trying to help you. This is my take on modern women. They're always some women even will act like that, but modern women will always be acting like that. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, they be doing that. They be doing that, and I'm not falling for it. It's just we'll try to at least, you know, roast them a little bit, but won't fall for it. So. No, yeah, I'm not going to white knuckle modern women because I'm somebody who already knows what modern women are all about. So that's another thing about minimalism. It's just making sure you're around people who respect your time and effort, and who act like you exist. So you act like I exist, you respect my time and effort, you are a friend. Um, if I'm getting a sense that perhaps that's moot, well, probably not. But if you respect my time and effort, and you act like I exist, well, that to me is the definition of a friend. So, but somebody who does things because they feel bad for you. That's not my definition of a friend. That's somebody who's maybe not out to get me, but they are at least out for themselves. So, no, yeah, you need to minimize people, son. It's just so many people. You have to minimize people. Yeah, we all want to be that guy who can deal with everybody. But for me, it's too much time, too much money. So when it comes to people, I'm really just going to focus on the core people who act like they give a fuck. I'm not going to worry about people who don't give a fuck in a bad way. Because if you don't care, I don't care. If you don't care about anything or anyone, I don't give a fuck about you. And sue me. So, news alert. Oh, yeah, yeah. So they're discussing the Pope. Apologies. Yeah. Condolences. Um, no, no, yeah. Before we get into Pope, let's celebrate this Pope. He made a lot of not everything he did was liked, but he kind of acted like a democratic figure. So, have to have some respect for the guy. He wasn't a tyrant or anything like that. So you have to respect him. I don't think even Trump really is a tyrant in a way. So everybody talking about Trump tyrant, he's not really acting like a tyrant. I mean, he's making some choices that don't really agree with, but he's not really acting like a tyrant. You haven't seen Tyrant. Um, well, maybe because you can't really kind of look at your own kind of stuff. So, who's the tyrant? Is that him or is that you? Or is that you? Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit not sure, but yeah, minimalism is really simple. You could minimalism is really simple. You could bring home 2 grocery bags for a whole week. Figured out how to do that. That's my favorite thing to do during the week is bring home 2 grocery bags for the whole week. You don't have to go to restaurants all the time. You can even just go to the grocery store. That saves you a lot of time and money. Um, Exercise, you can minimize exercise. Me will try to do only 2 main exercises per week, either HIIT or dumbbells and running. So we'll do that. And then also just, where you go and what you do in general. It's just minimalism is great. Minimalism reminds you of it's just there's an easier way. Everybody's always saying that to me. You know what's an easier way you can do that? So, no, yeah, that's minimalism, guys. So, thanks. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video and talk soon. Out. Oh, yeah, then one more thing before I go, and that is if you are struggling, I think can say this, if you are struggling at work with file deletion, one thing you can do, hold the shift key. Hold the shift key when you are attempting to delete files, and then you won't get a delay. That is how that is how we that is how we make sure to get things done quickly and on time. You're gonna delete the file, hold the shift key. Okay. Good night.